walk with angels side by side. A place with smiles and happy tears, where our hearts are open and there are no more fears. A place where love is seen on every face and arms are open wide to embrace. A place where everyone measures the same, where you are true though, and yet no one knows your name. A place where mysteries are explored, where truth is accepted and never ignored. A place where those of old age are wide-eyed and still learning, when time seems to rewind, and to youth we all return.
Oh, help me, Lord. Help me, Lord.
I can hear you now.
I know I'm trying to get this mouse to move and it won't move. Talk to Norman while I go get something to wipe this off with. I've got to do this.
Hey, Dad, what's going on?
What's going? How you doing out there?
Doing good, doing good. Good to see you.
Been busy today.
Doing some spring cleaning, I guess you could say. Just work in the house. Yep. And yourself, you been busy or you been relaxing? Please tell me you've been relaxing.
I have.
Busy relaxing.
Waiting for my
busy
get my
relaxing.
keyboard.
Busy relaxing, yeah. I got a mouse. I should have replaced it by now because it was acting like this Sunday, and I'm still dealing with it, and it's just, it doesn't want to go where I want it to go. It's sticking, and it's not moving, and it's
They're doing it now.
yeah. If I put it on this, I'm gonna have to get something. So anyway, how you doing, young man?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
I'm doing all right when I get this doggone mouse to work. I can't get it to go where I want it to go.
Maybe you need to get an actual mouse.
Jeez.
Oh,
Jeez.
don't tell her that. She go crazy. She go wild now.
Computer things just run you crazy. Run you crazy. You know it. They say that it's because of there's something under the bottom. It's got something on it. It ain't got to have anything on it.
Did you wet the paper?
No, I didn't read it. Anyway, talk to us about what you did on Sunday.
Talk about what I did on Sunday? Well, I been on the topic again, just adding to the series, Discovering Fulfilling Purpose. Talked about being needed. I spoke from the topic needed on Sunday morning. And then on Sunday evening, I talked about gifted for a purpose. Why do we have certain abilities, talents, some spiritual endowments that they actually are needed for a particular purpose? And so whatever our purpose is on this plane, in this dimension, in this realm, we are gifted or equipped with different skills and talents to fulfill whatever that purpose is. And so my grandson, I don't know, he done become things that he has become very prophetic to me. I've been doing this series and talking about, I heard again, when you discover the need, you discover the reason why something was created. Because everything pretty much that is created to meet a need, even we ourselves. And so it was funny. He was in my study with me on Saturday evening, and so he started going around in the room. And what is this? And so I tell him what it is. Then he say, "Why? What it do?" And then I would tell him. He said, "Show me." Then he'll run to something else, and the same exact thing. And then it hit me. This ties into what I'm teaching and the series that I'm doing. He's asking the why, what is the reason for it, and now show me. And so I shared that. And so it was an amazing move especially that afternoon, because that's our actual gathering. And it was an amazing move. We had quite a few visitors, and I mean, the Lord just truly, like we say, blessed the service. And so, in the midst of it, because I felt that prophetic weighing on me heavily, but I'm like, I got to shut this off. I got to really get out of here and stuff, because I had some visitors that came and they was giving a testimony of a word I gave to them years ago, and it came to pass, and all these different things and so forth. And so I mentioned about having a gift activation gathering, and I felt it. And so we decided this coming Sunday, that is really what I'm going to minister with the people concerning them discovering their different gifts and abilities. And we just going to believe God that they'll begin to tap into it, that will be activated, and it will help them to fulfill whatever their purpose is.
Oh, that's good. They used to have those tests that you could or what do they call them? Some kind of test you could take to find out what your gift was and all of that.
Yes. In college, they called it interest tests.
Okay.
And so what pretty much you have a list of questions and whatever you seem to be drawn to the most or like the most, or gifted in that area to do, you got it. Because I took that test when I was changing my major from architecture to engineering. I didn't know after that what I really wanted to get into. And so when I took the interest test, it had me going in the area of music. And I'm like, oh, so the lady asked me, you play instruments? I said, no, I don't play no instruments. I don't do none of that. So the next thing was business, particularly in the area of marketing. And it connected with me very well. So that's how I ended up majoring in business with a concentration in marketing.
I never really discovered what my giftings were. I think some people have so many skills they can't really narrow it down, and that becomes a problem because they can't focus on what it is they would really, really like to put all their energies into, and that causes some people to not make a decision about the direction they want to go in life. And so I was thinking about something that happened on Sunday when we were talking, and when Dad was saying about the man in the liquor house, the drunk that told him about the closet, just mentioned the closet, going in the closet. And that closet, of course, has been his theme for all of his life, not knowing that the trajectory of your life is set a lot of times by people that you wouldn't expect God to come through. I got to dry, baby. It's got to dry. Now I need a dry one. You gonna go get me a dry one?
It's drying itself, ain't it?
I have a time. It's cold. It's cold up here in North Carolina. Is it cold in South Carolina?
Yes, the temperature is dropping. Yes, ma'am. It was a cold one this morning, and I just been out there just a little while ago, and it's dropping. So I already done turned the heat on. So
yeah.
You're supposed to wake up in the low 30s tomorrow morning. So
that's what they say. I'm gonna see who's here. My sister and brother-in-law. Sister's supposed to be going out of town. Thank you, dear. Sister's supposed to be going out of town. I don't know if she's out of town. Anyway, brother-in-law might be home alone. He might be here. Still didn't hurt, but that didn't work, baby. You know it?
It didn't.
No. And for those of you who don't know who this young man is, we've been running our mouths. This is Pastor Norman in Moncks Corner, South Carolina. He's the
good evening to everyone.
The apostle down there, and he's doing a wonderful work, and I appreciate him so much being with us on Tuesday nights and doing so good down there. I just tell you, I'm proud of him. Hello, Miss Diane. John Greason's in the house. And there's Jill.
Oh, Diane, that's one of my board members.
And what did John say here, man? Tony, your gift is handling Sawyer Rocket Red. Well,
Yes,
I
you are
accept
gifted
that.
for
I
that. Yes,
accept that, but I kind of got. I would like to think that my gift doesn't have anything to do with me being married to this young man, but it might just be that. You're right. You're right. That might be my only purpose in life. And this Sister Sharon,
I don't think that's funny
you don't think that's funny? Why you don't think it's funny?
because it's true.
Because it's true.
He telling you the truth.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. I know it's true.
Oh my God. Well, what's
We're
gonna happen
only
if something
given.
if you're not around? If you're not around, do I have a
That ain't
purpose?
got nothing to do with it. It's
Oh
just
my
what's been.
Hey, we're only given the grace to deal with certain individuals in our lives. So, my has the grace for you, Dad. She has the grace for you.
She's beginning to understand the full definition of what it meant in the book when it said abide in Christ.
Now, what do you mean by that?
That means that whatever was implanted, well, whatever was downloaded back to them places where you can't find words, whatever before the foundation of the world that was structured into the fabric of your eternal self shows itself out in this dimension. And that means that most of the functions of the abilities that we operate in is nowhere close to finding out. We come nowhere close through religion and churchology to our real reason for being here by trying to figure out what gifts are functioning instead of going all the way into our true identity, because that's the only way you're going to find out what it is. You just seen a glimpse of it, but the depthness of it goes deeper than what we're discussing now.
Oh yeah, I know that.
But now
And I'm
you
glad
just
you said that because that's pretty much the direction that. And when I mention this, because it's a terminology and phrase that is often used in what we say religious circles, or Dad, new terminology, churchology. And so that is not the direction that I'm actually taking. All right. Even though we do have certain, like we talk about in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, the gifts of the Spirit, the gift of wisdom, the gift of knowledge, and discerning spirit. So
You're not
that
going in
is
that
not
direction.
that's actually not the direction that I'm taking
Okay.
on this
that's
particular
right.
journey.
That's right. That's what I'm
What I
trying to tell her.
explain to them, when we do that, we actually limit ourselves. We place ourselves in a box. And so, Mom, when you made the statement of there are people that have so many different talents, skill levels, abilities that they really don't tap into any particular one. And I'm one of those that have that. Anything that I ever put my hands to do, I always
You
did
can
it
do.
in a successful way. Even as I was sharing with you guys, all of a sudden, in the midst of the pandemic, I became this person grilling and cooking, and I didn't think I was doing all that great until people started trying my stuff, and it was like, why you ain't got a food truck, or this and that and that. So you're absolutely right. If you take the direction of trying to just tap into one thing, it may be difficult because you're so talented in so many different other areas. And so I explained to many of them, because again, because of what we deal with in the church, and I think I might have said this last week, you have people that, we used to, back in the day, we saved, sanctified, filled the Holy Ghost, fire baptized, running for our lives. Then my question to you is, why are you not happy? Why are you not living a life of joy? You're not even fulfilled. So just being saved, as we say, or filled the Holy Ghost and all these different things is not the answer to you living a life of total fulfillment.
Exactly.
And so we've been on this journey. I've been sharing it with them. And again, we I tell everybody, get the book, because we now doing a book of the month. Well, this particular book has crossed over to 2 months because of the teacher. I haven't really even got into the book of sharing that based off of what I'm discovering. And so what I shared with them, I said, there are many people, like, let's use preachers now. A lot of them are walking away from the pulpit. All right. They're giving up ministry. Now, their various reasons may be different, but I've heard some. It's affecting their family. It's too much stress or whatever. And so to me, now, y'all know my story. and my mom may be watching. I've been through Hades in ministry. All right, I've dealt with some stuff, betrayal, everything you could think of. Y'all know my story, but for some reason, in my mind, because of the pain and the stuff I went through, yes, I wanted to throw in the towel, and I even said it. I'm going to quit, but I find myself keep doing it, and so I've discovered that it's not something that I'm just doing. It's something that how I was created, how I was formed, how I was fashioned by God. So it's actually a joy to me. And so
Mhm.
in the process of teaching this, I've discovered that I'm more than just a preacher. I'm more than just what we call an apostle. That's just
Mhm.
being limited. That's being in a box. And so one of the
Yeah.
things I heard and I shared with y'all guys when I was watching the movie last Friday, War Machine, it hit me. I was created to lead. So
Mhm.
all these other variations are just different
Mhm.
expressions of myself. So I have a lot of talents and abilities and skill levels that I can
Mhm.
embrace at any given time based off of whatever I'm doing for that season.
And you would probably be leading even doing those things.
Exactly. And so
Yeah.
now I'm discovering that really my purpose, part of my purpose, is to help others discover and fulfill their purpose. So
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
so our ministry has gone through a major transformation to the point that I tell them the way we used to, y'all can forget that. It don't make no sense for us to come together and say we have a good time and y'all still walk out here lost, not
That's true.
enlightened, not
That's
awakened. That
true.
means I haven't really fulfilled my purpose. And
Exactly.
so this is the journey that we're now taking where we're really focusing on, quote unquote, being an empowerment center.
Mm.
And so
I
I
found
tell
that,
them my purpose
yeah,
is to help you fulfill your purpose.
yeah, I think, being transparent, I think that for myself, uh, this season of my life, I have only focused on wanting to make other people feel better, and how I do that isn't so important as doing it. Just I want to make people feel better. I don't want to say things to them that's going to add burdens to them. I don't want to put conditions on somebody that's already had so many conditions placed on them. I don't want to place a lot of demands on people because they've already had those things put on them so much. When I see them struggling mentally or emotionally, my heart goes out to them. And so that's been pretty much my focus lately. And how I do that, it may happen in like you said, you can do all of these different things, but how I do that, how I make people feel better may come from so many different ways. And I remember, I'll use this as an example. Like, I'm making the bread lately, so I take a loaf to somebody. That makes them feel better. Years ago, my niece, she wanted her bedroom done over. She was a teenager, and she loved lime green. Of course, my sister didn't want lime green in her house because that was totally against everything. It didn't match anything. But anyway, I remember going down and completely redoing her room, painted her room, and instead of putting lime green all over the room, I put lime green on her ceiling. And so that made her feel better. So I used at what a lot of people say I'm good at, which is interior decorating. I used it to make her feel better. I make the bread, it makes them feel better. So it's like anything you do, no matter what it is that you're good at, if the focus is you have a main focus like mine is you want to make people feel better, then do it. Just do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that was the premise of the other message that later on that evening about being gifted for a purpose. I hadn't really even finished it because of how things
Yeah,
begin to
yeah,
flow. But
yeah. So
whatever gifts and talents that I have is
if
the
leading is your
ability to do.
thing, Yeah, if leading
Huh?
is your theme, if leading is your theme, then whatever you do, however you do it, will be end up being leading in the midst of that. You understand what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like if you
Exactly.
do it as cooking or whatever, which you love, you probably end up leading somebody while you're cooking, talking to them about certain things while they're there watching you cook or showing them how to cook. So this is it would be used. So there's a central focus that we all must have. And I don't know if we ever if all of us discover it, but it's a central focus, and it usually comes from the heart. Something about
Exactly.
the heart. Like you, in your case, you want them to be helped. You don't want them to keep going through the same thing and leave unhappy. That's your focus.
E-
So how you get that
Exactly.
done isn't so important as getting it done.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Our gifts is not because we and I was sharing with them how we use Proverbs 18 verse 16. Your gift will make room for you and bring you before kings. And so of course there's two interpretations that the church use. And the first interpretation actually deals with an actual gift, money, because
Mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm.
in those days it was a culture that you couldn't come to sit before a king unless you come with a gift. But
Yeah.
then the other one, we turned it into, again, having talents, skill levels, special spiritual endowments and stuff like that, that it would make room. But see, because we've taught it so erroneously, we taught people how to utilize their gifts to feed their ego, to
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
seen, to be in the limelight, and that's not actually what that is for. My gift is to whatever it is to serve or help someone else out. And so
Yes.
one of the
Yes.
things that was so funny to me was while I was teaching, the Lord dropped the thing on me about a house. What is the purpose of a house?
Mm-hmm.
For shelter.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if someone has a 7 bedroom, 5 bathroom, split level
Mm-hmm.
house, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm in a 4 bedroom with 2 bathroom home or trailer, modular home or whatever. Both of them is fulfilling is ordained purpose.
Yes.
Shelter to
Yes.
shield me from
Yes.
again the outside elements. I
There
mentioned
you
a
go.
car. I said my Nissan would take me from Moscow to Goose Creek, just
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like a
Mm-hmm.
BMW would take me from Moscow to the Goose Creek. It's for
Yeah.
transportation to get me
Yeah.
from point A to point B. But we are
Yeah.
guilty of wanting to
So,
acquire things to have people attracted to us, to draw
so,
attention.
so your giftings may be multiple, but your purpose be one.
Exactly. There you
So
go.
your purpose never changes. Like you mentioned about the shelter. Okay. It doesn't matter what kind of shelter, the purpose is to provide shelter. It doesn't matter what kind of shelter. So the gifting may be I can build a tent, or the gifting may be I can build a mansion, or the gifting may be I can build an igloo. It doesn't matter. It's the shelter, the providing the shelter is the purpose. But the gifting is
Exactly.
how I get that done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So
Yeah.
so we focused a lot on the giftings, but not really knowing what the purpose is. The purpose is one, but the
Exactly.
giftings may be multiple.
Mhm. And it's
Usually they
funny
are.
because it all came about, and because I never even thought about it until I woke up that Sunday morning, just hearing that was when the time spring forward, and I was like,
Mhm,
Lord, I
mhm,
don't want to get up right now. I want this extra hour. I
mhm,
got to do this
mhm.
9 o'clock virtual. I got to do 12 hours. And so I couldn't go back to sleep, but I was late there. And that's when I started hearing my grandkids, Zaire and Shay Shay, in my ear. Why? And I'm like, why? Why am I hearing this? And so the next thing that I heard was when you discover your why, when you discover the need of something, you'll discover the purpose of something, why it was
Yes.
created.
Yes.
And
So
I
what?
jumped up and I said, "Oh my
Yeah,
God!"
yeah. So that's very helpful, because what is it that I I feel the need to do? And
Mhm.
how I do that isn't as important as the fact that I get it done. So what is it I feel the need to do? That's the why.
Exactly. Yep.
Mhm,
That's it. And that's
mhm,
where. And so, like I said, it's been a blessing. It's been helping people. So that's why I wanted to understand. I'm taking
mhm.
y'all out of this box, and I said I'm not being judgmental. But if I be honest with y'all, be transparent, because I embrace a lot of this religious conditioning. I allow
Mhm,
myself to be in a box, but I'm in a season I'm
mhm,
coming out
mhm,
of this box. And I wanted them to
mhm.
know, I said, this is bigger than just church. I
Yes,
want
it
y'all to
is.
get that
Yes.
out of your mind, because every gift that matter of fact, the gifts that we have ain't just for the church. And
Yes.
so I said,
Yes.
many of you, what if, because you're in the church, you say whatever, now you want to know what your call is and stuff. And so they tell you you're a preacher, whatever stuff. Now you letting them shape you rather than the potter himself
Mhm,
shape you.
mhm,
And now
mhm.
you end up doing something because somebody conditioned you
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
think that way and to do
Yeah.
that. And all, oh wow, you one of the greatest cooks in the community and you love to cook. And so because you want to be something in the church, you miss out on what your real purpose was to cook, to be a
Exactly.
chef, feed
Exactly.
people and stuff. So yeah,
And then some of us get caught up on my gift has got to make me some money. And so,
exactly.
if I get to focus on making the money, then, I've kind of lost my way, because I don't
That's
have
funny
to
that you said that.
make that the forefront.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's funny that you said that, because I asked everybody, I said, let me ask you what the purpose of your job.
Right.
If you're on that job because you got to pay your bills, that's
That's
why
it.
you ain't happy.
That's it. That's why you get up on Monday morning, you don't feel good, you still go to work, because you
Exactly.
can get the money to pay your bills. I wanted to just say hello to a couple of people. Hey, Noelle, she came in a little bit late. Hey, sweetie. And Sister Pearl said she thought it was Monday. Yes, thinking today was Monday. Well, it's Tuesday, girl. You woke up right. You got it. You got it. You got it. And then Miss Doris comes in and says she was looking for us last night.
Wow.
Look, I know Miss Doris, is so much happening, sweetie pie. So much in our world happening that if you look at it and hear it, you just get so upset. And I did that earlier just before coming online, and I should not have. And it's
Mhm.
just so much happening. There's so much uncertainty. There's so much that's facing most of us. And so we weren't talking about anything that would actually ease you in that sense, but we are talking about purpose and giftings. I don't know how we got on it, but Pastor Norma's kind of
Because you asked me what I thought Sunday.
Jill just says that ask a teacher or social worker. Now, what are you referring to? Let me know what you're referring to, sweetie pie.
Yes, I
And
was
then there's
definitely.
Delphine's in, and Alicia's here. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm glad you guys are here. But yeah, so I can to discover my purpose for me now. I can't speak for everyone, but for me, it has been, and it's just kind of I just come to the place where I just kind of realize this is what it is. I just want to make people feel good. That's all I want. And I realize
Mhm.
that's it for me. That's it for me. Uh, so how I do that may come in so many myriad of ways. Um, how I attempt to do that may come in different ways.
Mhm.
May come in having a conversation. It may come in me giving them a hug. It may come in me giving them a massage if they feel like they need it, or it may come in me giving them a loaf of bread. It may come in me just sitting and having a conversation. So it's a lot of different ways to serve your purpose.
Exactly. Exactly. And see, and that's the thing. That's what I said. And it's been like I was sharing with someone yesterday. I since I've been on this particular topic in this journey, and it's like a pieces of a puzzle coming together. Now I'm seeing a bigger picture and stuff. And of course, it all started with our theme for 2026, the year to come back, and you're coming back bolder than ever. And so it's all about discovering oneself. Being able to answer who am I, answer the question why am I here, and what is life really all about, and so forth. And so that's what's happening with me. I'm discovering more about myself that is
That's
beyond, once
yes,
again,
yes,
the box
yes.
that religious hands put me in, and
Yeah.
so forth. And so I understand why I had the journey of being in the military for a while and all of the different things, because everything in life, and if everything is true about all of us having um
A
what we call
script, a sacred
script,
script.
the contract and stuff like that, then everything that we are being exposed to is part of the journey to shape and to mold us and to reveal to us who we are, why we are this certain expression of God in the earth. Because every
Yes.
expression of him fulfills a need or a purpose.
And people of the
And I
heart, yeah, people of the heart, I think sometimes have a harder time discovering what it is that they're here for, because their heart, they're being led by their heart, and being led by your heart is it's it's a whole different way of looking at life. Um, and your decision making is different. It's like Jill was saying about low paying jobs. It's the thing that makes, say, an attorney, somebody that's passed the bar, and they have degrees to be an attorney, a lawyer, and they decide to take a position at a nonprofit instead of setting up a big elaborate law firm, and where they can make more money. They go to the nonprofit. So it's the heart that leads people in those directions.
exactly.
Um,
And I'm
and then
glad
a
you
lot of
mentioned the
times,
hard part.
yeah, yeah, and then a lot of times they'll find themselves in that position and then wonder why. Why am I? Why? When I could be making money over here, I could be doing better over there. But then your heart keeps you going in that trajectory. So I think
Exactly.
a lot of us don't realize our heart has led us into places that don't necessarily feel comfortable. They're not always profitable, not always pleasant, but our heart leads us in that direction because it is our purpose to serve
Exactly.
that community. Mhm.
And see, I had to share that because, and I mean, just being, because if I'm going to help people, there's a certain level of transparency as a leader that I'm going to have to walk in. And
Mhm.
so, like I shared with them, I said, if y'all think I'm doing this for money, I would have quit this long time ago.
Sure,
I would have
sure.
been walked away from this. I'm not doing this because of money. And it's like you said, what I do is coming from my heart.
Mhm.
And I get, even like dad, you see dad when he having a river of knowledge and information coming through him, and he gets it's the same thing with me. I when I say I love the word, I'm not just talking about scripture or the
Right.
Bible. There are times when the Spirit of the Lord is revealing something, and it's like a river that's going through me at that time. And so I explain to people, y'all wonder why, because they call me the Energizer Bunny, because I become so energetic, I'm so animated and everything. And I said, I want y'all to understand, a lot of y'all trying to figure that out, but this ain't no pretense. This is me.
Mhm.
This is
Mhm.
what excites me. This is what gives me a level of fulfillment. So
Yeah,
when
yeah.
I'm like that, this is because I enjoy being a blessing to you guys by once again helping you discover and fulfill your purpose. So
Sure.
when y'all
Now,
come back and tell
yeah.
me about the testimonies of what the
Mhm.
Lord allowed me to speak into your life and it come to
Mhm.
pass,
Mhm.
it makes me feel good
It
because it's
blesses
not
you.
because of my gift.
Yes.
I help
It,
you.
bless, it blesses you, yes. And that's what Miss Cannon is talking about. As Miss Doris is talking about. She said she likes to keep others encouraged, but she realized she has to keep herself encouraged first. And that's true. Um,
Mhm.
we go through self-talk. There's a lot of negative self-talk that we mostly go through, all of us. And some of us have not learned as well as others who to overcome and transcend our own negative self-talk. We fall prey to it, and then we can't help others when we fall into our own negative self-talk. We begin to doubt ourselves, and we begin to pass judgments and sentence on ourselves to think we're not enough, or I can't do it, or I don't have the support, or we'll find all kinds of reasons when we got negative self-talk. And so mastering the hidden self, that's what my husband would probably say, mastering the hidden self is very, very important, because you cannot fulfill the purpose that you've been here to serve if you have not mastered the hidden self.
Exactly. That's good. I like that. I like that. And it's funny you made statement to what we had everybody post in the comment section last week. I am enough.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
I even use that on Sunday, let everybody know just who you are. So I said, it's not that I just need you. That's one aspect, but I need you to be you, because you're
Yeah.
no benefit to me. You're no benefit to your family. You're no benefit to your community if you're not being who God created you to be.
Yes. Yes. You're
So I need
essential self.
you enough. Yep.
You become an essential ingredient when you find your own authenticity. So when a person hasn't discovered themselves, apart from all of the labels, apart from all of the um, identifications that we or roles that we played, we are not essential at that point. And essential, and I've shared it before, essential just simply means when you, like, if you make a cake, when your mom makes a cake, that that cake is a dessert. So the essential ingredient is sugar. So you can throw all those other ingredients together, and you miss the sugar, you miss the essential ingredient. And so
Exactly.
it's the same thing with us. When we're not authentic, when we're not the author of our own lives, we deprive others of that essential ingredient that we give to
Ooh,
them.
love.
We
Ooh, I love
give
what you said.
them, we give them what is essential. We become that essential ingredient. What you think about that, Dad?
I love that. Oh, I love that.
The prodigal son. Well, let me read this to you.
Okay.
I would they were even cut off, which troubled you.
Mm-hmm.
This dimension is a I had a word for it. It is a subject oriented dimension.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If it is true, Adam was not created. The body that if it is true, Adam existed before creation.
Mhm.
And this dimension is addicted to creations.
Can you
Well,
elaborate on that?
I will.
Okay.
Uh, the prodigal son is tied in to he was at home, but he left home and went out into separation. When he got into separation, it was when he got even over into the conditionings of knowledge, knowing, finding, seeking. The war that is going on in our Iran would not be if if everybody was to come home and find out that there's no place like being home. Jesus said this. Uh, what did he? I had it here. I wrote it. Here it is. If you had known me, ye should have known my Father also. And from henceforth ye know him and have seen him.
Mhm.
This dimension was designed to distract us away from oneness.
Yeah.
And the
Mhm.
oneness
Yeah.
was designed to distract us away from being zero. If we were all awake, there would be no iron war because distractions is designed to keep you away from going home or being the home that you never left. And when you get distracted from being home, the place, when it says in the book, the kingdom of God is in us, kingdom of heaven is in us. Anything that distracts you away from that, it gives callings, repentance, and all that. The true repentance is repent from being separated from our true identity. And our true identity is beyond being spiritualized or being religious,
Relationship.
entangled. Now, the gift of Christ is the gift of waking up to our true identity. It
Mhm.
was not meant, it was meant for us to leave home, but you remember the prodigal son had to return back home.
Mm-hmm.
And when he left, his brothers and family did not agree with him leaving because the father,
It's called the hero's journey.
yeah, but
Mhm.
that journey was designed to bring you back home,
And if you
not
know,
to keep you out there in darkness.
right, if you notice all of the movies about someone who's in a place of maturing and evolving is about them leaving the place of comfort, their home, going off and being put in positions where they're challenged, and then finding their way back home and taking what they've learned and become back home.
When the scripture speaks of the walk of the spirit, it meant the walk of beingness.
Mhm.
The walk of the spirit is not hearing the voice of God, being led by the spirit, tell you do this, turn right, turn left. If that was a complete fulfillment of the settlement of our true identity, none of this book would be written. None of the books
No
would be
sacred
published
text would be written.
because being the author and finisher of faith. And another thing, faith is an indication that you're not completely sure of your beingness identity. Because once you understand your beingness, faith is eliminated. There's no process, there's no distance, there's no travel, there's no going and coming. The going and coming is part of the fall from not being home.
Now,
Mhm.
I want to say something, and
My voice is fading out.
that's okay. It's okay. I'm thinking in two different things now. You guys are triggering so much in me.
I'm over
That
here laughing because I love you guys so much. This confirmation of stuff that I said to someone today, and also even answering the question to somebody, what is the purpose of faith?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
stuff like that. So breaking
It's a
things down. But
distraction.
yeah.
yeah. So
Mhm.
so okay, I want to say this if I can say it, because I get my mind is just processing all of it. I'm gonna use myself as an example. When I said that my purpose, my focus is to make people feel better. Okay. All right. Now,
That's a distraction.
huh?
Go ahead.
That's a distraction.
That's part of distraction. Because Jesus in his prayer in the garden said, Father, that they may be one, even as you and I are one.
Right.
Oneness covers distractions, helping people. You put it all in a bunch
Oh
in a
yeah,
basket.
yeah, I understand that.
Returning to home will cover. And to be honest with you, all that we're talking about now is aspects.
Yeah.
Once home is settled, that it is where you are, where you came from, and that you've always been home. But the big lie is that you are not. That's why the separation, that's why these questions come up, because we're not settled in being the Christ in fullness.
Okay, I understand all that in a spiritual sense. I do. Now,
But we're talking about removing spirituality, spiritual walk, spiritual growth, going and coming, getting this, getting that.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
what's something else? Here it is. Here it is. God is not to be reached. He is to be made aware of.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. You're going in that direction, and I understand exactly what you're saying. But I wanted to bring it back to how we practically live it out. Because, okay, for instance, I'll give you an example. When I say my desire is to help people, and I'm not analyzing where it's coming from or why.
I understand what you're
I'm
saying.
just saying that's been my focus, and that's not that I wake up every morning and say, "Lord, how can I help this person?" No, it's not that, but that has been my heart. My heart is to do that. So this is when I found myself in that position, and let's just say for all of you guys who've ever been a caregiver. I've been a caregiver most of my life. So if you've ever been a caregiver, then you know that your heart puts you in that position. Your heart puts you in that position. You want to be there to support a supportive. You want to be there to help you. That's the focus. Okay. Now the thing is, and I'm going back to what was said in the very beginning of this broadcast, because we were talking about my purpose in regard to him, in regard to Pastor.
Mhm.
I am here to help him and to make him feel better. But
Mhm.
my focus that has been my focus. But let's just say this. If that is the only reason that I am here, then who am I when he's gone?
Exactly.
So that's why I say, that's why I understand where Dad's coming from, but I also want to say this, that my purpose is not connected to any one person. It's not connected to any one person. It's not connected to any one community. It's not connected to any one race. It's not connected to anything physical. It is simply a desire of the heart. And so when a person's been a caregiver and that person that they've been taking care of is now gone, who are they? What are you now? Because you serve that purpose. But now that purpose or that person that was served by your purpose is now gone. And
Exactly.
the reason why I came to this decision or this knowing or this conversation is because dealing with my dog and baby girl's obviously coming to the end of her life. And she's she's having so many little different issues and things. So I'm now at this point, and I'm thinking about, okay, when she's not here, how will my day go? Because I've done so many things with her. When she's not here, how will my day go? When he's not here, how will my day go? What will my day be like?
That's the suffering.
Well, it's the question. That's the question.
That's the question is in the suffering, and the suffering is in the question.
It is, and I'm not denying that. So I know now why people back in the day, way when we was in the holiness church, and they get up and they testify and say, I want to thank God for my life, health, and strength. He woke me up this morning. He didn't have to do it, but he did. And so I'm in the land of the living. I understand
One
that
more
now.
time.
I understand that now very, very well, because we look at each other laying in the bed to make sure we breathing. When we get too still, we look at each other and say, okay, are they breathing?
I
Are they
get there
breathing?
yet. I get there yet.
What you're saying is coming to
We
the
get there
end.
yet.
I know it. I know.
I can see you taking a small mirror and sticking it up to the ceiling.
No. Just last night, Dad was sleeping he was sleeping so good. He was sleeping and he had his mouth open. He was laying there like this, almost like the person in the casket. And he was sleeping so hard. I looked that bit down like this. I looked at it real good. I'm like, okay, did I see his stomach going up and down? I said to myself, no, I ain't gonna look. I'm gonna go in here and get ready for bed. Then when I came back out, I looked again. Then I deliberately did something to see if it was stirring. So hey, I understand now. And different phases of your life bring up different different questions in your life. So this is what I'm saying, that you find yourself playing so many roles, and sometimes you play that role so long till you forget what you are. Apart
Yes.
from those people, apart from the role that you played. And that's what Dad was saying. You don't ever get to the place where you lose the focus, the focus of being one. And so this is what you can lose it when you play that role so long. You can
Exactly.
forget this is not what I am.
And
And
that's
but you don't
that's
know until the person you served is gone.
exactly. And that's where I realized while we've been on, because I'm share that with them. We on a journey, and I said we taking this journey together. And so it's been exciting. It's been fun thus far. But that's what I was saying earlier. I played that role so long through religious conditioning
Mm-hmm,
that I
mm-hmm,
did get stuck. I was
mm-hmm,
limited, and then I
mm-hmm.
became frustrated. I was not as happy doing
Yeah,
it any longer. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? But
yeah.
now that I discover it's actually more to this than what I was doing before because of religious conditioning and being exposed to that I
Mm-hmm.
now understand. No, 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 no. I am to impart people. I'm to lead people. I'm to help them discover their purpose stuff. So the whole ministry has shifted totally.
Yes,
And
yes.
so you were saying something about how, like, when baby girl is gone, you done played that role before. And
So
it's funny
long.
because you keep talking
And
about
Dad. Yeah,
being a
and Dad.
caregiver. That's actually mentioned in Romans chapter 12 as one of the motivational gifts. See, we
Yeah,
don't talk much
yeah,
about
yeah.
motivational gifts. We always talk about the office gifts and the gifts of the spirit, but there's motivational gifts that we are graced with as well, and the caregiver is one of them. But the thing that when you were saying that, when baby girl is going with that, then what is your day gonna be like now?
Mm-hmm.
So that lets us know that we are multi-purpose.
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
we, because
yes.
we're still yet alive, because of certain things that happen in our environment, we have the ability to shift and to adapt and then evolve to the point that we're now fulfilling a different purpose.
Sure, sure. And I call that fluidity,
Mhm.
flexibility. Uh, so yeah, yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
hardest things for the conditioned mind to accept is that there's no place like home.
Hmm.
And home has nothing to do with accomplishments.
That's right. That's
Home
right.
is finding
That's
out.
right.
But this world is designed to suffer it to be so, us to get back to our original knowing and seeing.
And can having a loss,
That's supernatural.
yeah, but having a loss in our lives, doesn't that doesn't that take us back
That's
to
what I'm
what
just
we
saying.
are?
That's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying.
Exactly.
But
Mm-hmm.
it
Oh,
was designed.
I love y'all so much. Y'all,
Mm-hmm.
I guess y'all just be hanging around me. Y'all be a little fly on the wall or something, because that what you just said, I just shared with a young man this morning. Um, and it's funny because I shared a lot of things of my experience and how being with you guys and how dad um not consciously but subconsciously trained me, helped me to mentor me, and so forth
Mm-hmm.
and so on. So I brought up a situation about how we talked about, there are times where we have to die to self. God is killing us and stuff so
Mm-hmm.
that the authentic self can resurrect. And so I'm sharing this
Mm-hmm.
with him and stuff. And then it was a point where he said, All right, I'm hanging up right now. I'm hanging up right now because I didn't expect you to say it, but it hit home because I was showing them
Yeah, yeah.
you actually have to go through what you're going through. This
Yes,
is
you
part
do.
of your development. This is part
You
of your
do.
journey. You can't escape this.
You must go through it. You must go through it. Now I'm gonna my mouse is acting up, guys, so that's why it's taking me so long to get your comments on the screen. Here it is. Now, Sister Pearl says, I heard Joel Goldsmith say that man's only purpose here on the earth is to reveal the Christ that we are. And you can only do
Yes.
that by being the Christ that we are.
And see,
By
that's why I
being
said
it.
earlier, we are variations, we are different expressions of him.
Of that
So
Christ. Of that
he expressed
Christ.
himself in so many different ways. Yeah.
Yes, you were different expressions of that same Christ. And then Brother Gary brought up a good point. Hey, Brother Gary, he says he retired from teaching. Is he still a teacher?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
not because of position,
Right.
but
Exactly.
you are, let's say it like this, if you omit the word teacher, everybody that you, when you speak to them in our past, your presence
Mhm.
is the teacher,
Is the teacher.
and you cannot accomplish, lose it, gain it, find it, work for it, or go back to it.
Mhm.
There's no such thing as it seems the lie is we retired from being home and we come into the illusion of separation.
Now that goes back to what we were saying before. He is here and he is a teacher. Now, how he gets that done and what he teaches is not the focus. The focus is that he is the teacher.
The
Because
darkness
it will
includes-
evolve. It will
Yeah.
evolve.
Yes.
And see,
Yeah.
one of the things like I shared with the journey, and I hadn't really done the whole teaching on that, but remember, Solomon made a statement, and that thing kept echoing in my ear. He made a statement. He said, I am a preacher.
Mhm.
But see, we have to understand the whole content of why he said what he said, because according to what we've been conditioned to think what a preacher is, he was
position.
not.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's
Mhm.
why, in all actuality, whatever we are, we really cannot retire from. It is
Exactly.
just, it evolves. It is expressed in a whole different way, in different manner.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that is what I'm discovering with myself.
And you may do it differently. It may take on a whole different agenda, but it's the same focus, same purpose. Hey, Sister Laurie. Hey, darling. I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you on here with us tonight. Now, Pearl says this: you shift consciousness. I become aware that I was a helper in their transition. So afterwards, you shift. Yeah.
Mhm.
You caregiving, you playing that role, you were there as a help, support, or whatever. And then once that one that's being served is no longer there, you make another shift.
Mhm.
But you're still that same helper.
Mhm.
You're still that same helper. You're still that's still the focus. That's the theme, I should say, the theme of your life. The theme.
Exactly. I love that.
Mhm.
And that's interesting. That's good, Mom. That's another question. What is the theme of your life?
Mm-hmm. It's
I
usually
love
what
that.
you gravitate to all the time.
Wow. I like that. I like that. What is the theme of your just like we do a theme every year after New Year's. Our
Yeah,
theme again is this is the year to come back. So everything is focused
yeah,
around that and so
yeah.
forth. So, what is the theme? My good God Almighty. You see, y'all gonna make me have church in this room.
Yeah. So we all have a
What
theme
is
of life.
of our
Yes,
life?
of our life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stillness,
Mm-hmm.
stillness silence all noise.
Mm-hmm.
Stillness is what is used in out of body travel or leaving near-death experiences or go to the side.
Mm.
Stillness omits, eliminate any process. There are no processes in the supernatural,
That's right.
or the
That's
word
right.
supernatural does not exist when you're at home. When you're at home, there's nothing to speak, say, or do, perform, build, mold, shape, bend, pull, stretch, expand, touch, untouch, offend or unfended, no offended, offension, whatever you want to call it.
I wonder
It does not exist.
after the prodigal son went through his hero's
He
journey
came home.
and came home, what was he then?
His father.
Son,
What was
that
what
which
was
he,
his
that which
life
he said.
That which he
Remember,
left,
that's-
he was.
Remember
he
with the
left-
statement that he made. Now he said when he realized that he would have been better off, and those that were still yet home
He
Mhm.
rose up.
service was
Mhm.
living a
Came
better.
to
He said, "I
himself.
will go back to my father and say
Mhm.
to my father, I am no more worthy to be called thy son." Now that was
Mhm.
that was either his feelings, guilt, emotions, or whatever. But when he
Mhm.
got back, he was still yet son. No matter what he said,
He
No
was
matter
still
what.
the
I am no more
father.
worthy to be called thy son. He said, "No, kill the fattest calf, get the ring, get the go. My son who was dead, which means separated, is not alive."
Okay, so before he left home, he was
life.
dissatisfied with home.
That was a
He
trick.
felt like home was limiting him,
That was
that
a
he was
trick.
missing something. And so he left home, went out looking for whatever he thought would fulfill him. Then he found out it wasn't out there.
That's right.
So he came back home. So when he came back home appreciating home.
Yep.
Appreciating home,
How deep did he go?
realizing that this is the place of fulfillment.
He went back into
And
Revelation.
So yes, and so he in the physical human sense, he came to himself to realize how valuable home was.
And he never left.
remaining in the presence of his father.
Yeah.
Oneness. And so
And
now it's
being-
funny that y'all brought that up, because all this week I've been focusing on the brother who was upset with his father. Look,
Mhm.
I remained here. I stayed home. And he went out and slept with the whores and all these different things. And you ain't never threw me a party.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
he was missing revelation and insight, trying to come from a place of self-righteousness.
Mhm.
He said, "You never asked. You home, but you never expressed you wanted a party."
This is the other thing that the hero's journey did when he left home and he went out and he did all of the things that he did, trying this and trying that. When he came back home, his ego was completely broken. And so he did not come back with the egotistical mindset. And so so that's why we say that the what you're experiencing in life, what's happening in your life, it's all there as the hero's journey. You're on a journey to come back to home, and the ego will be broken when you get back home, because you're going to go through all this stuff and find out none of that's going to fulfill you. None of that stuff can give you happiness. None of the things that you're trying to get to happen or not happen, none of those things will fulfill you. The only thing that will fulfill you is what Dad's talking about, coming back to the oneness that you are, that Christ being that you are, and realizing that. And that can only be realized as you go out and have those experiences, because he said he came to himself. See, we get intoxicated with life.
If you could go back inside of your mother, reverse birth, who would you be?
It sounds like Nicodemus.
Yeah, well, see, that's good.
If you could reverse birth, who would you be?
Yeah.
He didn't just go back home. He went back inside of his daddy
Yes, he did.
and his mama. But you notice it didn't say anything, but say his father and son, say anything about the
About
mother.
the mother. That's right.
Because the
So
mother and the
this-
son is inside each other.
So this is the revelation, because we was talking
There
about
it is.
purpose.
You hit it. Revelation.
So
Mhm.
watch this now. Our
Your
ultimate
mother
purpose-
Mm-hmm.
is revelation.
Wait. What
our,
he
our
say?
ultimate purpose is to abide.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it.
That's our
And
ultimate
Jesus said
purpose.
that. Jesus
Abide.
said that.
No more to be said. That's it.
Yeah,
Jesus said that.
that's it.
Mhm.
Is to abide. Yeah. Wow.
If you go drink your liquor, you ought to drink it straight.
Oh, not at all.
You don't need to drink no. Liquor ain't no good if you put a chaser with it. I got to get me a 7-Up or Dr. Pepper, so when I take drink, I can chase it down with a Coke or something easy. Them boys used to come to my house, and my aunt would have them pieces of meat laying up on top of the wood stove, and they say, Miss Shore, can I? How much you charge for a piece of that greasy meat? That greasy meat. She give a piece. They got to get some grease in there so that liquor won't coagulate with the rest of the body, because the liquor is supposed to stay separated and get better so you can enjoy the festivities of being high. The prodigal son got high, but when he got back home, the daddy didn't have no meat grease. So he had to go back into the reverse birth process.
Daddy said he ain't got no meat grease.
You just went all
So
around.
now, so you know I'm gonna play with that afterwards.
You just went all the way around the world, back again. Okay.
Lord have mercy, the meat grease.
Let me see what else it said here. Ooh,
I like
okay.
that.
Okay. Here we go.
That is
Here we
funny.
go.
The
Dad's
meat
on
grease.
the roll. Dad's on the roll. Okay. Okay. My mind's kind of smoking.
So they keep the
my
grease meat.
mind's a little smoking there right now. Just hold it for a minute. Bro said, I was asked God to show me my blueprint. And he said, your blueprint is me.
The grease meat. That's the blueprint.
Pearl.
Hey, so now you know what Dad gonna start me now, because you know we talked about this before. We do
Yeah.
keep the grease from the bacon, right?
Yeah.
Every time I grill it, I'm keeping all meat
Yeah.
grease. All the grease that come from the meat, I'm saving.
And you know when Dad started going around the world to get to one.
So when I'm running around, I go find me a hot dog, and I eat the hot dog so I can drink liquor all night, because the grease in the meat would keep you from falling over on the side ditch.
No, Lord.
Driving drunk. That meat grease keep the liquor from taking hold of you.
We get that. We
But
understand.
okay, now we understand that the revelation of God.
Laverne talking about meat grease.
That's been
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad.
We had such a good laugh off of Dad years ago when they first came out with fax machines, and Dad didn't know what that word was. It was facsimile, and he called it face meal.
Facsimile.
Facsimile, you call it face meal.
I go to facsimile.
Vernon and I had a fit with that. We had a fit with it.
But Dad must be gave us the alternative to putting gas in our car. We just put meat grease in.
It won't cost $4 a gallon.
Price won't be as high.
You might get diarrhea, but you won't have no.
Look, all us ninjas gonna go back to fatback grease.
Sin really is separation and diarrhea.
Okay.
It is.
Well, okay.
It's the meat grease.
Okay, yeah.
And that's the reason why
That's a little
you're
bit
having
much.
trouble trying to understand what your gift is, because you got too much
What's
meat
your
grease.
gift?
I ain't got that.
To shock us. That's what you're
The who?
to shock us.
That's shocker grease. Shocker meat grease.
Chakra meat. I like that.
Shock, so you know what out of us. That's what it is. That's what it
But
is.
you know, once you get that grease in there, you can drink all night long.
Well, we trying to drink all night.
But I'm just telling you the metaphor. That's the metaphor.
Meat grease.
Yeah. And then when they get so when their wife have to come and get them, something to have to take.
That's our purpose, ain't it?
Get the wife.
to come and get them.
Oh, yeah. Somebody need to get you. Because when you get too drunk off of this separation, you have to get some meat grease in there to kill
I
it.
think the conversation just started going in the wrong direction.
No, it ain't.
A whole different. That's what. Because I promise you, when we depart, I'm going to be in here rolling talking about.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Why do we end up like this every Tuesday night? Every Tuesday we end up.
I'm telling you the way it works, man. I'm using the natural thing to get you to understand.
We know that's your gift.
What?
Meat grease.
So when you fry an egg and cook your bacon, you have fish grease.
Look,
Chicken
Pastor Gary
grease.
said, how did we get to diarrhea?
The sin separation
Yeah, see,
from
Gary,
your
he gonna make it spiritual now. He gonna make it spiritual.
separation from your true identity is
It's
the
diarrhea.
meat grease.
It's diarrhea.
It's diarrhea.
Okay.
You dying at the rear.
Oh Lord. have mercy.
See, I ain't gonna say that because I'll start them up. I ain't gonna say
I'm
that.
done. I'm done.
I'll start
Well,
them
it's
up.
true. It's true. It's true. Detachment from our true identity is the whole thing of being in this dimension. Is that there's a whole bunch of millions of souls that are walking around drunk on separation and trying to find a way to get back.
Well, let's change it from separation. We're drunk on life and the intoxicated.
The
We're
false life.
intoxicated. Well, whatever kind.
Yeah.
We're intoxicated on life and living this human life.
Because
That's
at
what
the
we're
end, you
intoxicated
can end up with indigestion.
on. Okay.
But see, and it's amazing how y'all talk about being intoxicated with life, because anything that cause you to be intoxicated, we always forget you eventually have to come down. And so going back to what
And
you
with a
said
headache,
before
that's
about
right.
the prodigal son, he
Suffering.
went forth and noticed, he experienced being intoxicated, but he realized he had to come down from that.
He
And
come
so,
down.
again,
He was very sober.
He come down with a hangover.
exactly.
He was very
Exactly.
sober. when
He was
got home.
he had a hangover because he done got out there too far.
So life's mission, the purpose of all of these things that are distractions is to bring us to sobriety. Is to bring us
Sober mind.
to make us come to ourselves, to bring us home. We get sober and we go back home.
And then Brother Gary said,
Exactly.
how did he get the diarrhea now?
And Brother Gary also said that's a Mr. Chillins on a steak plate.
You know that's the truth. Yeah.
We're gonna see y'all on the turnaround.
Why you feeding into that? Why you fueling this
Dad
conversation?
he done started his stuff.
I would just tell you the way it is.
Yeah, you did.
I'm just taking the natural
You
compared to.
being dad. You being exactly.
You
what
you
always
just added some more meat grease to the conversation.
So everyone will leave this
You can fry,
conversation.
bake it,
Look, everyone will leave this conversation thinking of meat grease.
and it makes your stomach queasy too. It make you queasy on the stomach too.
And they may not remember anything else. They'll
Before you know it,
they
you be
will remember.
and the prodigal son,
Listen.
after he got back home, you start burping up that
But
stuff.
listen. They may not remember anything else. They will remember meat grease.
That's right. That's right.
We're gonna bring them back in remembrance. We were
What did
talking
you say?
about
Life brings
discovering
well.
and abiding in your purpose.
Life,
I said,
because life
give me that so they
brings
can-
well.
Yeah,
24/7.
and life
Yeah.
is being thrown at us 24/7. And we say life, and I shouldn't have said the
And
word
you know
life,
what?
but it's really distractions of this earth life, of this living in this earth existence.
And you know what happened after this? All this is going on. You say after the drama, I ain't gonna drink no more. I done quit. And if you get with the boys, you get with the world system, and get back into your old mindset, you go right back doing the same thing again, and you keep repenting. One time repenting ought to be enough.
Okay.
But you just can't get out of that mode, because you got yourself into trouble when you left home, you left the Father, you left the oneness, And now you wake up while you're out there and say, I ain't gonna drink no more, I ain't gonna do this no more, and get back home and everything fine. You get rid of the indigestion, get rid of the grease, all that stuff you done put in your system from the conditioned world, and you swear, and just soon as it seems like things gonna cool down, before you know it, you get back with the boys and you get back out there in the street and you're back in the liquor house again and you're done drinking and you're back to the cup over the stove, getting some more grease, meat grease to try to cool it. And you ain't learned yet. The only way you're going to learn how to stay home is by the supernatural revelation of the spirit man revealing to the ego that the ego is a trick and a trap to keep you at a distance from your true identity.
Gotcha.
That's the meat grease. That's it. I'm through.
Are you sure you're through?
I'm through.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, fun.
I quit.
What we gonna do with you, Dad? What we gonna do with you?
I don't know. I don't know. What
It's like this.
Look,
You hire yourself
don't
1 minute and fire yourself the
don't
next.
explain.
It's
If you
called
don't-
self-sabotage.
Is that what you're doing?
Hey,
That's
I'm gonna give you a prophetic word.
yes, sir.
You're gonna be walking in the grocery store one day,
Oh,
and you gonna see on the shelf meat grease.
and that means stay away from it. Stay away from the meat grease because it is a temporary
Oh,
band-aid
gosh,
that's going to lead you into a deeper separation, and it will not allow you to stay home without the meat grease. We think look,
we understand.
wait. These guys that came to my house, let me tell you something. They came to my house, they were looking for my uncle to sell them moonshine so that they could drown out all the reactions of separation from being home. If they was at home, they had stress, so they said, I get me a 50-cent drink or a half
That's a
pint,
meat grease.
and then I eat the meat grease, and that'll keep me drinking longer at night so I can keep myself away from the dread and the hardship of memories of being home in trouble. So now it don't last long. There's not anything in this world outside of eternity that will last forever. Before you know it, the next weekend, they back again. They haven't learned their lesson. The meat grease just don't hold you.
I'll wait.
The meat grease just will not do the job.
Oh Lord, have mercy.
And we go to parties. We go to
Why are you carrying it on and on and on and
because
on?
I don't want you to understand.
We understand meat grease. We understand.
We just
You
drunk.
went back to Cherry Street. That's what you did.
That's
You
what I
went back to
did.
Cherry
Yeah.
Street.
And I
And
learned
we-
I learned it. I
And
learned
we
something.
learned all about meat grease.
I learned something
Mm.
tonight. I learned something tonight.
What you learned tonight?
Stay away from the meat grease.
Gosh, we're gonna come back on Sunday, hopefully, not talking about meat grease.
Yes, they will. I guarantee you. Will.
Hopefully, we will
Somebody
not.
gonna bring
Why
it.
we end up like this every Tuesday night? You come up with something like this every Tuesday night.
I get a parable out of it. I get an experience.
You
From it.
milk it when you get it too. You milk it.
Oh, show up. Yeah.
You'll say meat grease 1,000 times.
Yeah. You just said it again right there. You can't
So
get
all
away
they
from
gonna
it.
remember is meat grease.
Drink your Coca-Cola or Pepsi. And it'll
They're
boil
not
it.
gonna remember a thing we said other than
Yeah,
meat
they
grease.
will.
Nothing.
Drink your Coca-Cola or Pepsi as a chaser, and it'll cut the grease.
Oh my God. We will be back on.
That's waking up.
Okay. We will be back on Sunday, hopefully, live with Fuller. And hopefully he'll be over his meat grease by then.
I'm going to get me a piece of meat grease in a minute.
Oh my Lord. We'll be back at 10 on Sunday. We love you guys. We'll see you on the turnaround. Pastor Norman will be back at 9. We'll be back at 10.
Yeah.
We will see you on the turnaround. And I hope you got something more out of this than meat grease. Okay? And my mouse is.
Hold it in the middle of the road, tie it down on both sides, and keep it working.
See you on the turnaround.
Good night.